Hi guys, I am Ashwin Baburao, one of the co-founders here at Beatworx Studio and one half of Audio Units. So a question that I get asked very often is it worth for me to put my music out on Bandcamp? Should I release on Bandcamp? Does it make me look like nobody wants to sign my music? So I'm here to show you today how you can set up your Bandcamp account either as an individual or a label. It's really simple and I highly recommend you guys do that because you're going to feel a beautiful sense of control over your music. You can set your price, you can control what you want. Now, one of the biggest problems when you release with a label is when you do put out music, and if you, for any reason, tomorrow decide you don't want that music to be there, you want to pull it off, you have no way to do it. Remember, it's easier to put stuff on the internet than to get it off. All right, without further ado, let's just understand how Bandcamp works and how the whole interface and the backend works. So right now we are looking at my label's Bandcamp, which is Observant. So I have basically set this up as an artist page. You just make a basic account on Bandcamp and then you can set it up. But if you want to have an exclusive label page, you can actually pay a certain fee. I think it's $10 or $15 a month. But considering the current circumstances, it's not viable for us. So we're using a basic artist page to run the label page. Now, once you log in and you've set up your profile and you've done everything, this is basically the view that you're going to get. I mean, unless you have some releases here. So the first section would be the add section. This is where you start doing everything from. So you could go into add and choose what you want to add. Most often it would be an album. It applies also for an EP. So I would just go ahead here and click on add. Let's do that again. Okay, here we go. Now you need to start putting in all the information. At first, this might look a little bit confusing, but let me break it down for you. So first you want to start with the album title. So you say album title greatest. So let's just call it that. Now this is the release date that you can either set or you can just directly publish. So you don't necessarily have to put a release date unless you want to, but let's just put that. Let's put the 12th of December 2021. All right. Now we can upload the album artwork. So let me go ahead here and just upload some artwork from our Observant releases. So let's see, I would go here to releases, I would go here to this, and I have the artwork here. Okay, so let's just put this in there. So now we have the artwork uploaded. I can now set the cost of this entire album. Ideally, most tracks on Bandcamp sell for about 1.5 to 2 euros. So if your album were to have, let's say, 4 tracks, then maybe about 5 euros is a good price to set it to. You always want to set a little bit of a lower price for the entire album. So I'm just going to put this to 5 euros for now. You can also choose this option, let fans pay more if they want to, which is pretty good. So if someone's feeling a little generous and they want to pay you more, you could use this option. Now you could put an artist name here. So let's just say this is various artists. You can write a little description here, which we can just put some lorem ipsum, just so you know where these things are going to show up on the page. So let's put some ipsum lorem here, just so we know again where these things show up and you can edit it. Now when you create an account, it's going to ask you for all the tags. So I've already chosen some of the tags that apply to the music we release. But aside of that, if you want to add extra tags, you can. Then you can also add your album UPC EAN code, which is generally generated when you work through a distributor with digital stores. And then this can be your catalog number. Let's just say OM009. So now we have set up the entire album. The next thing to do is add the tracks. So you can go into the add track option, and we could go here, we could go to the masters, and we can start to upload the tracks. Now each time I upload a track, I can title this track whatever I want to call it. So that is Banky Natural Selection. All right. So I can choose individual track purchase, which means one can buy a single track of this release, or I can disable this, which means people can only buy the entire release. Right now I could go in and add another track. There we go. Now I don't think I'm going to add 4 tracks to this release, so I'm just going to set the price of the album to €2, and I'm going to set each of these individual tracks to €1. Now I can put in some track information as well if I want about this particular track. Banky has made an amazing modular synth jam for us. Okay, lyrics, we have none. Some track credits could be put in here if you'd like. You could also upload an individual artwork for the track, use more tags for that particular track. ISRC is again a code that's generated for each track through your distributor. You could add that as well. And you could say this is a bonus track, which they will get only when they download the entire album. So you could do a bunch of things. So you can set up your tracks the way you like. So once you do that, you can also add merchandise along with your track. So we have some merchandise already here, like our tote bags, posters. Check them out, buy them if you like it. So once all of this is set, you can just now save this as a draft where you can see exactly how your order is going to look. So draft is saved. Let's view the draft. Here you go. This is exactly how your album's going to look. So here's the lorem ipsum and the ipsum lorem that we put up. This is where it's going to show up. So you could use this area to write a little press write-up, or you could use this to credit the mastering engineers, the artists that have worked on the album, etc. So now when you are ready to release it, you have a few ways of doing it. You can do it as a digital pre-order, which means you can set it up as a pre-order, and it's going to ask you what track you want to play in the pre-order. So you can say, give this track to fans when they pre-order the album, and it'll also allow fans to stream this particular track during a pre-order. So we can do this, save it as a draft. Pre-orders can only be within 90 days of release. Okay, sure. Let's change this to 08 or 0707. All right. Save the draft. View the draft this time. So this is going to be a pre-order where you see the second track I'm not able to listen to. The first track that I've selected on the pre-order, I am allowed to play this. So when one buys the track, they can listen to this, but they cannot listen to the other track. Okay, so that's basically how pre-order works. But remember, once you set up a pre-order, on the date that you want to release it, you'll have to come back and you'll have to choose release pre-order now. This is not like a scheduling system where you just set it up and automatically on that date it goes out. So this is basically how you set up a release on Bandcamp. Super easy, right? Just doesn't take you more than 10 minutes and you're good to go. Now, once you have all your music out here and you start to publish it, you start to promote it, you can see in your statistics, you will see a lot of stats on how many plays have you got over all time. You are going to see over 60 days, 30 days, etc. We can also look at sales. This is going to show you your all-time sales that you've got going on. You can go to sources. You can see where people are coming in and listening to your music from. That'll additionally help you market. You can see a little map of where people are subscribing to your music from. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Now coming to the design part, it's quite simple. You can just put your logo, you can put a background image, you can customize all of that in the page design tab. You can choose the colors that you like, you can choose the background that you want. So do this how you like, and that's basically it. So let me know in the comments section if you've been using Bandcamp and how it's been working out for you. If you are selling music, if you've got any tips for us, we'd love to hear that. I will see you soon with another session, but this is it for now.